Welcome, everyone. I'm going to call the meeting to order at 5:32. We're going to start the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. First up, we have correspondence, which we have done today. Then we have a public comment session for items that are on tonight's agenda. I don't see any public comments put in. So we're going to roll right into the number 4 superintendent's report.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Just a few reminders to share. Last week we held our 4th annual Bear Bash. It was very nice to see so many of our families be able to join us. Any board member that's interested in attending the NYSSBA Convention and Education Expo in Buffalo, it's in October. Can you let Leslie know? Registration is filling up fast, and I know that Joe and Jerry have both registered to go. It gets a little funky in Buffalo because there's hotels around the convention center, but then you're 15, 20 miles away from the convention center and just, getting back and forth. So anybody interested, just let Leslie know and she will get you registered. Also, at your tables, we would like to invite you to opening day. It would be on Wednesday, September 2nd. To come to the morning breakfast. We're going to ask President Diamond if he can make an appearance and open up the day for us and give Dr. Lloyd an opportunity to introduce himself, but we would love to have you. We've got 2 really great days planned for our staff to come back, but we'll do an opening day breakfast and encourage you to join us. If you've had a chance to drive around the campus, it looks absolutely fantastic. It's, once again, our maintenance and our custodial team are just sources of pride for us. The place looks great. If you've been down through the school at all, we were able to extend that navy blue and red through most of the hallways, so the place just got a real nice refresh. It's just really sparkling. Looks wonderful. Handbooks are 99.9% ready to go. We just have one more eyeball we want to do. I will get those to you to start looking at, but our goal is to have those appointed and approved at the August 27th board meeting. And fall athletics will begin in the next few weeks. We are using Bound this year. All of Section 9 is. I know there was some glitches to start, but I know they've been corrected. So just reminding families to get their kids registered and cleared so that they can start practice. Football starts Monday, and then varsity sports, the rest of them start the following Monday on the 24th. And finally, I just would like to say thank you to the Tri-Valley Board of Education, including every board member that I have had the opportunity to work with during my time here at Tri-Valley. I want to thank you for placing your trust in me, for supporting our work, for asking difficult questions, and most importantly, for always keeping our students at the forefront of our decision-making. Serving as your superintendent has absolutely been one of the greatest honors in my career. To our faculty and staff, I want to say thank you. The success of Tri-Valley is a direct reflection of the people who walk into our buildings every day and dedicate themselves to our children. I have been continually inspired by your commitment, your resilience, your creativity, your willingness to grow. And I'm incredibly proud of what we've accomplished together and proud of the culture that we build around doing what's best for our kids. A very special thank you to my administrative team, who I purposely did not want them to be at this meeting tonight. You have made being a superintendent an absolute blast. Poor Mr. Diamond called me yesterday to see if I was okay because I walked out of the building with my hands on my head, but it was because I had to walk out. We were laughing so hard, I wasn't going to get my work done. And I was just really needed some fresh air. It was quite funny. But we have worked very hard together. We have laughed. We've tackled some really challenging things. We've celebrated tremendous successes. And I couldn't do that work without them. They have just been a fantastic group of professionals and great people and great friendships. So I love them all very much. To our community, I have to say thank you for welcoming me to Tri-Valley and letting me be a part of the Bear family. I have been fortunate to meet so many great families and students and really, really proud alumni, and what a great place this is. Finally, of course, my family, I would not be here without them in this entire career. They've been super supportive. My mom just FaceTimed me, like literally today is their 60th wedding anniversary, and I hope that they're doing something fun instead of watching me, but I really wouldn't be there without them, and so proud of my family as well. As I close this chapter, I am incredibly proud of where Tri-Valley is today. We have worked to strengthen our systems, improve our opportunities, build a culture of collaboration and continuous improvement, and position the district for continued success. And I leave knowing that that will continue. And that brings me to Dr. Lloyd. Joe, welcome to Tri-Valley. I am confident that you will take the reins and continue moving this district forward. You are inheriting an extraordinary school community filled with talented educators, dedicated staff, strong leaders, supportive families, and most of all, incredible students. I know you will bring your own leadership and vision and passion to the role and just continue with the work that we're doing. My hope has always been that Tri-Valley will become a beacon district, a district that others look for innovation, collaboration, student achievement, fiscal responsibility, and unwavering commitment to children, and we are there, clearly in our county. So thank you. I leave Tri-Valley with tremendous pride. I've been in education, this is my 34th year, and to be able to serve here has just been life-changing, and it's because of all of you. So, many bears, one den, always. That's all I got, and I did it without tears.
No tears.
Let's go. Thank you.
I think that you avoided tears because we've made you stay for a few extra months here. So.
Well, Terry brought me a goose, so I will be set for life.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we'll hit on it during our board comment, but not only have you led this place for years, but you've helped us kind of shepherd through the summer months here, which for those that don't know, and some of the board members may not know, some people tuning in may not know, you didn't have to do that. And that was a big help to us. There's always that danger zone of not having someone in the leadership role while we're finding our new leader, and you've helped us get here. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Items the board wants pulled from tonight's consent agenda. We have an item.
Number 9.
Number 9. Let's go.
It's personal.
All right. So number 9. All right. What do we have going on with number 9, George?
Oh,
All of it?
yeah.
Okay. Now we open for discussion
So I think you have to vote on the regular consent and then go back.
without number 9.
This is just number 9, correct? It's just number 9.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So do I have, this is an action? Do I have?
Motion.
Okay, we got a motion by Jerry,
Second.
second by Travis. All in favor of the consent agenda minus item 9? Please proceed to vote.
Aye.
Aye for me.
You don't have this?
Just the. There's no. Aye.
Do we have to do that while it's going now? Let's go.
All right, that motion passed unanimously. Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education does hereby approve the consent agenda minus category 9. Next, we will move to category 9, which on the consent agenda is personnel, and I will open it for discussion.
We touched on this a little bit, and it's in reference to job description, and also, I see it's quite a number of them this year. My question also is this for a full year or just half a year?
So all of these extracurricular appointments are for the full year, but not all of them fill. So you have to have a certain amount of students that join them. Otherwise, the clubs don't run. So, like a class advisor is going to fill those things. But some of the clubs, we will appoint somebody, but if we don't have a certain number of students that are in that club, then that club can't run. It's not financially smart for us to do that.
So the number of students in a club, there's a quota on each
Yes.
extracurricular? And is that in writing?
Yes.
And who is the one that checks on this? Who enforces it?
So the principals will do that. So when school starts, the principals will be meeting with the staff and talking to them about the requirement for how many students need to be in a club for a club to run. It's expensive. We've got snacks after school, we're paying a stipend, we have to purchase materials, and it has to be fiscally sound, stable to do that. We're not going to run a club if there's only one kid in there.
And I asked for, talk about communication to us and to the community. This would be a good place to start that. Have them come in, each extracurricular individual that's in charge, come in maybe every other month and talk about the numbers and what they've done. And it's a good way to get out what we're doing and what the kids are doing.
I will pass that along. I think that's a great idea. We've had some before, done some demonstrations. We've had some, funny times with the robotics and things.
Well,
And
I'm specifically talking about what we're doing here tonight.
yes, absolutely.
And if it doesn't meet the quota of our students that you're trying to get, so the club would be disbanded or that extracurricular would not be in place?
It just won't run.
Does the individual still get the money?
No. No, there's a required number of times a club needs to meet or a staff member attend a meeting to get the stipend, and there has to be a certain number of kids in the club for that club to run for the person to get the stipend. If the club's not running, then they don't get the stipend.
And that's in a brochure?
We have that, yes,
Is that something you can share with the board?
certainly.
Then we know who's doing what, Thank you.
All right. Any further discussion on item 9 of the consent agenda personnel? Do I have a motion for item 9?
So moved.
Motion by George.
Second.
Second by Travis. And we're going to hand vote this one. We're going to hand vote this one. Right hand is yeah.
Okay.
That passed unanimously. Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education does hereby approve the personnel appointments, changes, leaves, resignations, and other personnel actions as listed in and attached to the public portion of the agenda. Item 10, board committee reports.
George, I have one. In reference to the Suffolk County School Boards, myself and Jerry, we went to that. It was quite a interesting meeting. One concern that I have, and I talked to Aaron a little bit about it, they're talking about, or somebody raised the issue of the amount each school pays. And I apologize, I don't have it here right at the moment about the scale. And it goes on large schools down to smaller schools. And I believe Eldred is the smallest one, and it was paying the least. But somebody brought it up, and we didn't move on it, but somebody brought it up, every school should pay the same. It's like, I don't, $3,000 for the larger schools? We pay like 8 something. And it's been like that forever, as long as I can remember. So I have a concern there. And I was rather surprised of where it came from, because it wasn't a large school, but it was a middle school. So I don't know why they think that everybody should pay the same, but maybe you can tell us why. You told me why we have the structure we have.
Yeah, so this is based on enrollment, so it's a cost per student, and that's how BOCES collects their district dues. So let's say it's $25 a student, and and I'm just giving you an example. So and this has been going on for 4 years at least. When I sit at these meetings, it gets brought up that Sullivan West, Monticello, Liberty, Fallsburg are larger than 1,000 students. So they pay a different fee than schools that are smaller than 1,000 students. The larger schools want us to pay the same fee. We don't want to pay the same fee. We're paying per student based on our numbers. We shouldn't be paying per student based on their numbers. So it's a battle. It goes back and forth. And I think that one particular board member will continue to bring that up. He brings it up every year.
Thank you for updating that. Now I'll proceed to give you the exact amounts. Monticello pays $2,500. It's an increase, that's an increase of $500 for them, because they're proposing $3,000. Currently, we are paying $1.50 per student, which is capped at $2,000, okay, for the larger schools. This chart below talks about raising it to $2 per student, and the cap would be $2,500. So Monticello pays $2,500 now, they would go up to $3,000. Liberty pays $2,500, they will increase to $3,000. Fallsburg pays $2,500, they will increase to $3,000. So it's like $1,000 increase for those big schools. Tri-Valley right now pays the $2 per student at $1,655. That's an increase this year of 14. No, I'm sorry, $414. Ours would increase to $2,070. Rockland pays $1,184. That's an increase for them of $296, and that would increase Rockland to $1,480. Solomon West pays $23.38. That's an increase of $585. They would run up to $2,900, so that's an increase of $1,150. Eldred pays $920, the lowest of all of them. No, I'm sorry, the lowest of the school districts. And that would be an increase of $230, so they would be up to $1,150. That's an increase of $460. BOCES is the lowest at $494, and that would increase to $123.50, up to $617, and that's an increase of $247. So what they're trying to do is, there's not enough money to go around because generally our dinner costs a lot of money. And there seems to be one vendor that we can go to in the district that wants to have the dinner. And it's really high. And they feel, a lot of the board members, correct me if I'm wrong, feel that it's not the best of.
Kind of get the most bang for your buck. That's what they
Right.
thought.
We're not even the best for the buck, right?
Just for the awards dinner, is that what?
Yes.
So going to the villa.
Yes.
Okay. Can I just ask a simple question?
I hope somebody does.
Well, no, because I'm not the best with the BOCES stuff, so I want to ask this. These fees, it just goes towards the banquet, or what is it?
No,
going towards?
this runs Suffolk County School Board.
It goes into their budget.
So it just goes into their budget?
Yes.
Okay, so we just pay per student. Okay, got it.
Right now.
But one of the biggest expenses is that dinner.
Yes.
Yeah, it could be $1,900.
And does the district cover any of our costs that when we attend it?
So the district pays for any of us that attend.
Per head,
Yes.
yeah.
Got
Plus-
it, okay.
Plus the
Guests
attendees.
and the winners.
And
And we
their
pay for
family.
one guest
One guest,
of
yes.
each winner, or each ward.
So Heather got it last year and we paid for her and
Plus one,
plus one, and then her family paid the rest.
right.
The good news is, after that meeting, Dr. Katz went out and advocated to some of the vendors. So Day Automation, who most of us use, they do the security, I think it was Day Automation, pretty sure it was Day Automation, donated $10,000.
It's Beacon
Beacon
Mobility.
Beacon
Mobility.
Mobility, yes, thank you, sorry. They donated $10,000, so that will offset those costs a lot. And I think that's probably the best solution, is to advocate for these vendors, that we are spending millions of dollars, using their services. Between us, I mean, just Rockland and Tri-Valley, we $6 million in busing. They can give us a little money towards a Sullivan County dinner.
I'm glad you brought it up, because we talked about that, we formed a committee. And I was on it, Dr. Katz is on it, a new board member,
Laura Sano James.
Lawyer Sal James, and I believe the one from Sullivan West, Jackie Rutledge.
Yes.
Okay, so we were supposed to get together and, but I haven't heard anything yet about getting together and approaching certain people. So I had a conversation with Aaron during the Bear Bash about, who maybe. And I did mention Rowing V, and Dr. Katz went ahead
Yeah.
and got it, which is good. So I'd like to know who you would think that we should really approach. I know Wayne Bank is one of them. I sent a message to them. They did not get back to me yet. So do you know any other school districts that do business with Wayne Bank? Yeah, do you know anybody?
Not offhand.
Not offhand. We really could talk to our architect firm because they're being used in Liberty, Fallsburg, Tri-Valley, and Sullivan County BOCES. You could look at day automation. Most districts are using day automation for all of their security and cameras. And they are very generous at those kind of things. So I'm sure Dr. Katz has already got feelers out. He's a pretty good advocate for things and, connector, so.
Well, that's why I bring it up. And I needed a sort of a note of who to contact with phone numbers and everything.
Okay, we can work on something like that for you.
What's the value that we do with Wayne Bank?
Our entire budget, just about?
So 60-some million, sometime during the year?
I mean, about 30, I would say 30-some million is our budget.
Do we do anything with that bank?
No.
What other bank do we do with it?
Catskill, Hudson. That's very small,
10, 20,
100,000.
That's mainly for extracurricular.
Then there's also NICLAS that we have our investments with.
Maybe you could put a list together of ones that, as quickly as you could, and I'll contact some of them. Does anybody else have any ideas?
I have a question. The surrounding BOCES, what do? Do they have a flat amount that every district pays, or do they pay per student? Or we don't know?
It's per student.
The surrounding BOCES. Okay, so it would be weird if it was a
BOCES
flat
pays
amount.
$494, and theirs would increase to $617. That's an increase of $247.
I meant the surrounding.
Other BOCES she's
Other-
talking about.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Other
called,
groups.
Arwata is the acronym, but it's based on your enrollment.
Got it.
And this has been an argument that we've had. You have 2,000 kids in your district, you're going to pay the price for 2,000 kids. We're not picking up the price for your 2,000 kids. We're
Absolutely.
picking up the price for our 850 kids. It's very cut and dry. It just, this one board member brings it up every year.
We did, 2 years ago on 8/4/25, we did raise it. Some kind of school boards did raise it because, again, lack of funds. So that was the last time it was raised. And at that time, we did go by per student. And that seems to be the fairest way. But, look, there's 8 districts. And now there's 2 votes per district. And if we don't get our people out to vote in other districts that feel the same way that maybe we do, the big schools will win out.
I don't think the big schools, I think this is one particular school. I don't think the big schools are looking for the small schools to pick up the tab. I felt like.
I think it's one member.
Yes, it's one member of one school system that, like I said, continues to bring it up, but none of us sit at those meetings and think, boy, I better pony up $50 for Liberty, and, Liberty's gonna say, we'll take it. We're not interested in that.
I always plan for the worst and hope for the best. So I don't know what they're going to do. But, we need to talk about it, we need to get a handle on it. But no, we also do some other things during the course of the year. That money goes for some other things, public relations. We talked about meeting with the legislators and meeting with our politicians. And that's within our districts, to get them aware of what's going on in our schools, and maybe get some money along with them as well, once they find out, look what we got for the greenhouse. I mean, by asking, that's all you have to do. And I think it would help education as well, and help our district, especially with what BOCES was going through, and they weren't sure it was going to stay here, it was going to go down south, it was going to be Orange, Sullivan, Ulster, BOCES, which it used to be. But it's not that way now. We broke away from it because they did Sullivan did a very good job, BOCES. But we need to watch the hen house here because it could get out of hand. But one of the reasons why they did not go out and look for legislative action, meeting the legislators, was because one school said, well, that's political. Well, what are politics? It's political. And that's one of the schools that pay a lot of money. So, if you want to, stay where we are and fight for what we can afford and what's reasonable, we have to show our hand and speak up.
I would encourage that. Our politicians come to at least 2 of our superintendent meetings a year, and they listen, they take notes, and they do a nice job advocating for us in the county. They do.
And I'm glad our new superintendent's here, Dr. Lloyd, to hear this. So thank you. Anybody have any more questions? Any more ideas of who we would contact for some sponsorship? I mean, look, if we got, personally, my thought is, I'm speaking as a board member here and I'm one of 9. If we got 10 grand from our architects, I would recommend this district pay for their meal. Say thank you. What could it cost? Maybe send 2 or 3?
Yeah.
So it's a thought of what we might want to do. I didn't mean to take up your time, but I hope it was worthwhile.
Yes.
Anybody else have a committee update? All right. We're going to move on to old business. Do you have any old business? All right.
I have some, but I'll do it at the end.
Okay. We're going to go to new business. The MHRIC resolution. This is an action. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Jerry,
Second.
second by Nicole. Any discussion? Please proceed to vote. All right. That passed unanimously, whereas 4 BOCES have collaborated and entered into Article 5 General Municipal Law intermunicipal arrangement for the purpose of improving vendor management, data security, and privacy practices for school districts and BOCES statewide, known as the RIC 1 Risk Operations Center, the ROC. Whereas the Board of Education of the Tri-Valley Central School District, through its affiliation with a locally based regional information center, participates with the ROC and desires for the 26-27 fiscal year to authorize the ROC and its attorneys to negotiate data privacy agreements and related exhibits with vendors and third-party contractors that include the requirements of and the compliance with New York State Education Law Section 2D and Part 121 regulations, collectively Ed Law 2D, related to student personally identifiable information and certain teacher and principal APPR data. Whereas the ROC also partners with NYSET, the Access for Learning Student Data Privacy Consortium, and the Education Cooperative to negotiate and approve Ed Law 2D compliant DPAs. Whereas the DPAs are presented to school districts or BOCES for final execution and do not require the expenditure of funds beyond those budgeted. And be it resolved, the Tri-Valley Board of Education authorizes the use of DPAs negotiated by the RIC, ROC, and its attorneys consistent with its needs and the needs of its students, and be it further resolved, the Tri-Valley Central School District reserves to itself the right to make determinations regarding the use of such DPAs and the software and/or technology resources to which they relate, and to consult with its own legal counsel to review any specific issues or concerns.
Maybe for the new board members, you could expand on what that does for us. What does that mean to us financially?
Financially, it's there just to, we don't have to use it, it's just there as an option if we want to join in with them.
What is the benefit to us from bidding?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go to B. This is a donation by Kuhlman Bender Company. This is an action. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Carrie, second by George. Any discussion? Please proceed to vote. Okay, that passed unanimously. Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education does hereby approve the donation of $200 received from Kuhlman Bender Company in support of the Summer Bear Bash. Next up, we have subject C. It's a donation from Frost Valley. This is an action. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Ian.
Second.
Second by Jerry. Any discussion?
I have
Back
a
years
question.
ago, I'm sorry, go ahead, Rose.
I just was wondering if this was slated for anything in particular, or it's just a general donation?
Yeah, so it's very funny. They charge for they run an after-school program here on our school, and they charge families for the transportation. And then they keep that money that they charge and they give that back to us in form of a donation. We had a couple years we didn't get it, but then we got it again. So probably just general fund, but good partnership.
Well, we'll put it in the miscellaneous special revenue.
We'll put it in the miscellaneous special revenue.
Back years ago, Frost Valley used to give us so much money in lieu of taxes. And at that time, I believe it was between $250,000 and $300,000. And something happened with the relationship of the district and Frost Valley, and they stopped that. Now we're starting to got new relationship with them, new management up there, and they're starting to.
Any further discussion on Frost Valley? All right, please proceed to vote if you have not. That's unanimous. Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education does hereby approve the donation of $10,000 received from Frost Valley for the 26-27 school year. All right, subject D, the formation of a policy committee. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Rose, second by Nicole. Discussion, I'll start the discussion. We need a chair, and we need some willing and able bodies to
I'll
take
be the
on.
chair. I was chair last year, if you don't mind, if that's what you want.
Does anybody else want to be the chair, or are we giving George a chair?
George.
George, chair. All right, who else would like to be on the policy? Cole, Rose. Anybody else?
A new board member would get a lot out of, and there's two new board members. I'm not saying who they are, but there's two new board members. They would get a lot out of
Hey,
it.
Lynn.
Really get a lot out of it because it's firsthand and we're discussing everything and how it's put together. And it would give me an opportunity.
We have a full boat here. We got Ian in there. Anybody else? Travis?
Now, we meet.
No, we
need
Yeah,
to
no,
go
I-
together.
There's a lot, there's a lot in the policy committee right now.
Just kidding.
I
Just
might
kidding.
have to pass.
So we can only go with four.
On what day?
Yeah.
It could be
All
any
right.
day when
Ian?
Aaron puts it, or
Unfortunately, I don't think you're going to make the policy
We'll
committee.
put him on the audit.
He's scaring me out of it anyways.
I have homework for you, so I'll
So-
explain after the meeting ends what your homework
Ian
is.
and Kayla could do rock, paper, scissors if they
No,
really want.
it's okay.
yeah.
Ian is more than welcome to join.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's 2 hours, maybe more we spend on it.
Audit.
They're important.
Audit committee.
Okay, let's keep rolling here. Any further discussion for policy committee? Right now, we have George as the chair, we have Nicole, Rose, and Kaylin. Any discussion? Congratulations, I think you're all going to make it.
So we have the same,
vote here.
we had last year plus one new member, and that's a good thing.
No, you have Kayla instead of me,
So
George.
Gary.
And you did last year, so you're not on it this year.
Right.
Yeah, because we can only have 4, we can't have 5.
Did everybody vote?
Yes.
It's unanimous.
All right, it's unanimous. Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of superintendent of schools, the Board of Education hereby establishes a policy committee and approves the following members to serve on the committee. We have George, Nicole, Rose, and Kaylin, as discussed. Congratulations. You guys are the committee. Be it resolved, the policy committee shall review and recommend policies for consideration by the Board of Education. Right? Next, we have the amended 26-27 academic calendar. This is an action. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Jerry. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Nicole. Any discussion?
Can we just point out what was changed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the regions, New York State had not released the region's schedule yet, so we made the academic calendar, and since then, they've released when the region's weeks are, so we wanted to make sure that went on there.
Perfect, thank you.
April and May look rough. I mean, that's a long span for kids to have 5 full days of school. I'm not opposed to them being here.
Yes.
But I've never seen a calendar fall.
So we
like
had
this.
built the spring break the week before, but the county built the spring break, the majority of the schools the week after, so we had to go back and amend that just so we could be, it makes sense for BOCES, it makes sense for all of our kids at transport, so.
Hopefully we have a fair winter and they get that extended break in May because that's a long time.
So we can take this to the bank then?
Yes,
Okay,
you can take it to the bank.
that's your word.
We
My
had
word.
8 snow days last year?
Yes.
Okay, good deal. And we ended up having a couple roll over, right?
We use 6, so it rolled over 2.
Good deal. Thank you.
All right, let's not forget to vote. Make sure everybody voted. It is unanimous. Be resolved that upon the recommendation of Superintendent of Schools, the Board of Education does hereby approve the updated 26-27 academic calendar as listed in the and attached to the public portion of the agenda. Next up, subject F, is the 26-27 meal pricing. This is an action. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Rose.
Second.
Second by Travis. Any discussion on meal pricing?
Increase, stay the same? And are students getting free lunches continuous through this school year?
Yes, and we're also getting the USDA free after-school snacks as we started last December, so that will continue.
And breakfast, right?
And breakfast,
How long does that last, the free lunch?
till we have to re-up
Next year.
next year.
Next year? I don't know if I voted it on the way. There we go, it's back. Is there a big portion size difference between the elementary and secondary lunch?
There is now, yes.
5 cents is not a lot. Okay.
Everybody good? Yes,
I did.
Rose, did you?
I voted yes.
Then it's unanimous.
Okay.
That passed unanimously. Be resolved that upon the recommendation of Superintendent of Schools, the Board of Education hereby approves the meal pricing 26-27 school year for students who wish to purchase an additional meal. Meal prices shall remain unchanged from the 25-26 school year as follows. Elementary breakfast, $2. Elementary lunch, $3. Secondary breakfast, $2. Secondary lunch, $3.05. All right. Hungry students out there. Here we go. Subject G, 26-27 Atlas contract.
Motion.
Jerry's their motion. Second?
Whatever.
Nicole? Any discussion on the Atlas contract?
Do all the people we hire for security come from Atlas, other than our ones from the county?
Yes,
The liability falls with them.
yes.
Any further discussion? Please proceed to vote. All right, that was unanimous. Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, the Board of Education hereby approves 26-27 Atlas Security Services contract effective July 1st, 26, reflecting the annual adjustment to the contractual hourly billing rates based on the New York State prevailing wage rate. The hourly bill rate for unarmed guards shall increase by 85 cents per hour, and the hourly bill rate for armed guards shall increase by $1.11 per hour, as set forth in amended contract attached to the public portion of the agenda. All right, subject H, consulting services agreement. It's an action, a motion.
Motion.
Motion by Ian. Do I have a second? Second by Rose. Any discussion? Please proceed to vote. That passed unanimously. Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education hereby approves consulting services agreement with Joseph Riley for assistance with the district's New York State Smart Schools program. Be it further resolved that the agreement shall be for a term not to exceed 1 year at a rate of $60 per hour, not to exceed 30 hours or $1,800, and authorizes the board president to execute the agreement on behalf of the district. Brings us to item 13, public comments session for items that are not on tonight's agenda. No public comment tonight, which is going to bring us to number 14, the board comment session. Travis, what do you got for us? Board comment.
Summer's been great. But I want to say, Erin, it's been great working with you. Thank you for everything. It was very fast paced. You gave me some good advice, some places to eat up when I went to Bristol. But
Yeah.
yeah, you definitely made some positive changes in the community and the district. Enjoy retirement.
Thank you.
Good for you. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Caitlin.
Nothing for me. Again, I just wanted to thank you, not as a new board member, but as a Tri-Valley parent and mom. It's been a pleasure. The first few years of school for my boys has been really enjoyable. So thank you for that as a mom.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Caitlin, did you want to discuss the Psalm 180 thing?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, talk.
So Sullivan 180 is having an event on next Thursday at the Big Barn in Hurleyville, just to discuss school lunches and how to make them more homemade food and just kind of how to get things a little bit more nutritious. So I did leave some flyers on the table, but that will be Thursday, the 20th at 5:30.
And Chef Ann will be there.
Chef Ann, yes.
Yes. So Jeff and I attended, and Frank attended the same session in the springtime. We went and they did a nice presentation. But yeah, we put that on our website too, so it is out. So hopefully people will attend that.
What time is it
5:30 to 7.
and where?
The Big Barn out in Hurleyville.
At my job.
And there's some food and drink too, right, Caitlin? There's going to be some food and drink there?
drinks.
So I think I may attend. Check it out.
Food sounds great.
Thank you, Caitlin. Nicole?
Erin, congratulations. It's
Thank
been a pleasure. The school board convention won't be the same without you,
I know,
but
but
enjoy. Couple other things. For the Bear Bash donation from Benner and Coombe, did they just give it? Did somebody ask for it?
I think there were some conversations and they made a donation.
Okay. Do we ask any businesses besides? Is it a normal thing?
We haven't in the past. We started advocating a little bit more for it just to offset the expenses. So Jen really made it work. She really made it work.
We have a super generous community. And then we did the policy committee tonight, and maybe we did this already. Sorry if I missed it. Audit committee. Did we do that yet?
Yeah, we did that first night.
I was busy. Okay.
Who's the chair for the audit committee?
That would be me.
Yes.
And who's on it?
Yeah, but I think
Ian is
Aaron was
on it.
supposed, or
Ian.
Nicole was supposed to.
You weren't here that day. I think we said.
We might have
wanna
put
do
you
it.
on.
Yeah, you're on.
You might have added you.
Thank you, all of you.
I don't think they're messing with you. I don't think they did.
I could have sworn you're on there.
I think they
Yeah.
did, actually.
She is. George did. George did.
I think George puts you on.
The reason being, because you have that expertise, and I thought it was important you be on.
Okay, then yes,
So I
I'll be on.
apologize if you didn't want to be on.
No, it's okay. Thank you. I'm just glad I asked. Okay.
We won't need probably like September.
Good deal.
We have a little bit of time.
Yeah, auditors will be here Monday.
It's like 1 or 2 meetings.
Yeah.
right?
Good. I was on the. Okay. That's it. I'm good.
All right. Carrie?
Erin, congratulations.
Thank you.
Enjoy those grandbabies. Enjoy the lake. Go golfing. You walked in that first interview and you just knew that this was going to be your home. So
I talked the whole way home about, please call me back, please call me back.
you walked in with the red and the blue, and that was it.
Yes.
We snugged it, but
Yeah.
you've just improved our branding, our school spirit, our community pride. It's such a pleasure to pull into the school and see the colors outside, even though there's multiple uses for the colors
Yes.
outside. But we're grateful that you were here and that
Thank you.
You're ending your career here with us.
Oh.
Just
I'm super blessed.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie.
And thank you for the last 4+ years. Good luck in retirement.
Thank you.
Rose?
We're going to miss you. Happy retirement.
Thank you.
Aaron, it's sad to see you go because I've met you before and I've done things and you've seen some things that I've done with the Masons and stuff like that. So I'm happy for you. So congratulations. For the board, I kind of mentioned it in the text messages about the Masons are doing a autism awareness program. It's an event that we're hosting at the lodge, and we have 3 counties coming to our lodge in Allenville, and they want to have somebody that can speak for about autism at the event. And I was wondering if anybody would be able to be supportive in that and coming to that event, possibly showing how we deal with autism in our school.
When is the date of that?
That is October 24th at 6. It says 6 p.m., but I think it's all day long from 11 to 6.
Okay, I will put that out to Danielle Cornish, our Director of Pupil Personnel, and see, she's got some expertise in that, but we'll see what we can do to help you with that.
I appreciate it.
Probably the Center for Discovery would really have some experts too that could.
That would be great too.
You said it was October.
24th.
Anything else, Ian?
No, thank you.
All right, George.
That's one of the reasons we went around the table and each board member had something to say, and it's important. And some of this stuff we need to talk about down the road. The only problem is it gets lost. And that's why I'm a strong believer going around the board with their comments, it should be part of the record. We can go back and look at it. Oh, yeah, we should have done that. It's important. So, we stopped doing that, board comments as part of the record. I think it's important to have them there. Aaron, thank you for your service. I came back on the board when you first served. There was 2 other ones, Tim and Travis. And at that time, there were 7 candidates. And there was a need to move Tri-Valley along. It became stagnant. We were hearing not good things about Tri-Valley, which used to be top of the schools in New York State and rural schools. Something happened. But since you came here, we've got more movement, and it's really come alive. And I feel that from the faculty as well. We're moving ahead. And I thank you for moving them along ahead, and the faculty and administration you put together. I think that's very important. Administration, if we don't have the right ones and the right business officer, things happen. So thank you for your service.
Thank you.
But before you leave, I'd like to get something taken care of, because you were the primary individual that took care of most of it. And it just keeps getting kicked down the road. And since we as board members are the primary fiduciary responsibility of this district, that's why we're here. We can't do much of administration. We hire good superintendents to take care of this stuff for us. They know what they're doing administration-wise. We have to look at the money. And if things aren't right doing the money, we have to address it. And I think you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Bear Cup. It's been a mess. I was one that pushed to have that started and help support that, or we could move ahead, because they were struggling a little bit. So we talked about it as a board. We threw it in Aaron's lap. Aaron had no idea what was been done in the past. We just dropped it. And that's probably some of my fault, because it was never brought up again. But now we need to address it. So what is the status? We've asked for insurance. We have not gotten that yet. We've got expenditure of funds, which is not our funds, is taxpayer money. We got out-of-district kids coming to our school. God help us, we had a liability issue. What is the status? What did the lawyer say? I asked the lawyer personally, because we have out-of-district students coming here and playing in that, her answer was, that's a whole different ballgame. So I never knew what the answer was. So where are we at that? We need to have a closure on it.
Yes, we have.
And they're not Tri-Valley Bear Club either. They're Tri-Valley something, or TV Bears or something. Basketball. It's in the email he sent to us.
But it's still associated with Tri-Valley Central School. They're using bears. That's our mascot. So
can-
we have a letter that will go out to all of our community clubs and organizations. It will be the same letter. It has our policy updated with our pricing, everything we need from the insurance company. Dwight Coombe has been really helpful on exactly what we need. So Liberty students would carry their own insurance, which would cover them here at Tri-Valley. So we have all that from them. It just needs to go out, and anybody that does not have 401(c) status, which is non-for-profit, with the board's approval, will have to pay to use our facilities, including our maintenance, our particular area, any of our security.
Are we the host of this event, or is there the club the host of the event?
So Bear Cub is their own club. They use our facility.
Because they don't have their own insurance. Like when I host my
They
karate
do.
tournament,
They do.
They have their own insurance. The concern was that we have been waiving the cost for them to use our facilities. We don't charge them to use their facilities. They're refusing to prove that they're a 401(c). They're a non-for-profit, and we need to charge them. If they're not going to show us their books, they need to charge them. We had a tough winter with them, and it really stemmed from simply asking them to start games at noon on Sundays, not 10 a.m.
Erin, when is the letter going out and how long do they have to respond?
So the letters will go out probably next week to everyone, and then we'll just have a date on there. I'll have the attorneys eyeball it one more time to make sure it's
Like
legit.
30 days.
Yeah, we'll say by the end of September to please respond.
My concern is in our dealings with them previously, it took a while to hear back from them on things, right? So I don't want our students to miss out on the opportunity that Bear Cub basketball gave to them. So if we don't hear back, we won't even be able to get something else going for them.
It missed the whole month of January
Well,
last.
So.
It what?
I believe it didn't start the whole month of January.
Yeah.
So Bear Cub, and this is like, we lived it, I was a part of it. I mean, Bear Cub's been around for a long time, right? And it has been enhanced greatly. And the efforts from Omar and his staff for the kids, it's been great, right? But it needed to be roped in a little bit, right? And it wasn't being run to standard with the school. Last year, we got put in a spot where league was like underway. We have a couple hundred kids involved, which means hundreds of parents. And it's brought to us that, hey, this isn't done right. That's not done right. The scheduling isn't done. This person's upset. And it just kind of blew up in the middle of the season. And I'm just rehashing it for the people that weren't here last year for this. So we made kind of an internal decision that we make sure the insurance was accurate, right? To make sure that we had liability coverage, which I spoke to Dwight Coombe directly on. And he said we were absolutely covered. He made sure that that was there. This is the perfect time for us to fix Bear Cub because we're out of season. Now we can have those conversations. I think that's a Kevin Cordelli conversation with the leaders of Bear Cub, whether it's Omar or whoever is stepping into that role. And I think we can fix it now. And I don't, this way here, we're not in that situation where it's January. We're trying to schedule. We're trying to tell parents they can't bring their kids. We're not doing it this time. We'll get it fixed in the fall. So we're ready to go in the winter. If they decide they don't want to do it and they don't want to do it to the school standard, then that gives us some time to get a school program going and make sure that our kids have the things they need. I mean, when I was a kid, and Jerry can speak to this, Jerry ran it, him and Andy Taggart, we would come in on Saturdays and Sundays, and there'd be a few coaches from school, and they would run us through drills and practices, and it just, the skill development was really good. We'd scrimmage a little bit at the end. So there will be something for the kids, and I think everybody on this board is sure of that, so.
I think that having a time frame on that letter
Yes.
of, hey, you have to respond to us by the end of September because otherwise we're going to get close. Theoretically, registration should start in October, November when a regular.
That's when I read it, that's what I do.
And I think part of the trouble's been getting a meeting so that we can start talking about what the scheduling looks like when we come back from the winter break. So that meeting has to happen in October, and it has not been happening in October.
So if they don't have a 501(c)(3) status, we as a board can make a decision to waive the fee regardless, or we cannot.
You can.
Okay, it just needs to be public.
You can. You know, they're charging families, they're charging students to participate with the understanding that money should be going back into the program, not necessarily an end of the season party, but the money should be going back in to develop the program. You know, and then we had the issue with the snacks and where was that coming from? And, you know, who was paying for that? So we gave back what we were charging. Well, we never actually charged them. Bob Whitaker only just held that price over their head for the season, but we wanted, you know, it's our kids. We want 150 of our kids learning skills and teamwork and all of that stuff. It's just the partnership needs to be fixed. And if they're not going to follow the laws, then, you know, either the district has to figure out what it's going to cost to have, you know, 5 nights a week, all day Saturdays, all day Sundays to run Bear Cub, you know, or you're going to choose to say, okay, it costs us $14,000 to have this program. You know, what we want is what's going to be best for our kids. We want our kids here. We want them engaged in the school. We want them doing stuff. It's a great hub. It's great facilities, but the two need to partner together better.
Communication.
So as of right now, we still don't have the proper insurance. from
We
him.
do.
We do.
We do.
He did submit.
Yes.
Last
And is it a whatever it was?
He does not have nonprofit status, and that is what we need from him is nonprofit status.
So did the lawyer review that?
The lawyer sent a letter a couple of months ago and then needs to go back and update it and refresh it with the new board policy. Remember, we did all that policy work. We changed the policies. We sent her the policies. She needs to update the letter for us.
And what was our expense for the lawyer?
I'd have to pull that out for you.
Couple of thousand?
No, I don't think that much, but I'll get you that price.
The board has to take it over somehow.
Let's see where it goes. Let's get the letter out, see what the response is, see what the leadership of
And
their
then go from there.
organization does, and then
Can
we
we
go
make
from
sure we
there.
send it to everybody on their board? Just to ensure we get a response.
We sure could. We sure could. We want to make sure that the message is the same to everyone.
And it's not missed.
But yes.
Yeah, and we get it done before
Right.
it's
Before, yeah,
mid-season.
starts.
Right.
Let's prepare.
And our kids come first.
Tri-Valley Bears come first.
That's right.
I agree, George. Anything else, George?
Huh?
Anything else for comment?
No, thank you.
Thank you, George. I have a couple things. First, the Fireman's Parade, the countywide Fireman's Parade is going to be right here in Gville. What is it, September 12th?
12, yes.
Yes. I spoke to Mr. Bracken. He said they would like to line up at Tri-Valley with all the fire agencies. Does he need to come present to us? He said they have insurance waivers, they have all this stuff, or is that something that we are good with as a board? Does anybody have an issue with that?
Can they just sign a building use form?
I would say, could he contact Leslie? She'll make sure it gets on the calendar. I
Yes.
don't know what the football schedule looks like on that.
It's going to be a lot of people in our little community.
I thought Kevin
love
took
that.
care of
But
that.
for an awesome,
Right.
like, first off, there is no better community in the county. And everyone's going to be excited to be here. And you're talking, like, there's going to be
Thousands of people.
thousands of.
Yeah, Leslie will fill out the building use, even if it's outside, then we know that.
What
we've
they're
got-
using, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. And primarily, it's just a lineup area.
Sure.
Similar to the pumpkin.
And make sure they have all the insurance that. all this-
and they're welcome to come eyeball it and draw a map and anything they need to do.
Sounds good.
Tim, it'd be nice if the board had a vote
Better
to
get,
represent the school.
you got a wagon?
Well, you got a wagon and a tractor, I think you can
I
do.
got a tractor.
Fireman's
I got a wagon. Somebody's got to decorate
Got to
it.
get costumes.
Oh,
Costume.
Gosh.
Just get on there and
Who's
go.
driving the tractor?
Travis.
No.
George's driving.
Travis
You're driving it,
Travis driving the tractor in his costume.
So we have, and if you guys want to get a float together, I do plan on going to that
I'm
parade.
serious about it.
And,
I'm serious about it.
you know, we certainly owe a lot to the volunteer firemen.
For sure.
Absolutely.
All right, so that's one. Second, I've had a couple parents approach me, and I can tell you that from a coach's point of view, this is an every year problem. Sports physicals coming into the fall, kids that don't have great access to doctors, kids that their parents can't get them there for appointments. Have we kicked around the idea of having a day or two at the school where we could have a doctor or PA or nurse practitioner do physicals for the kids that are from these families where we get a month into season and they're like, yeah, my mom still won't bring me. Like, we're losing kids in sports because they can't get these physicals. I know Fallsburg does, and I know some area
I thought we did.
We do have
we do.
somebody, I've had my own kids get a.
Yeah.
Get a.
Down on that
the end of the
does-
year.
does-
We have.
Yeah, they
we
do a
have
sports physical.
resident
You just
doctor,
have to
and she
request
comes
it.
in.
When does that happen?
Springtime. She does the spring physical. She does springtime. She's here doing physicals for the.
How bad is it that, I didn't know that, I'm sure there's other
It's
people.
been that way for a
saying
long
this.
time.
Yeah.
Can we get another date? Like in August?
I'm sure she would come back in August or September. We can work on that.
And on the flip side, we also then have elementary, like I just got a letter saying all three of my kids need it, right? Okay, it's an easy trip for me, but it might not be an easy trip for some other parent. So maybe even an cover the campus.
August is tough, and fall sports are the worst because all these kids come back in the summer, they don't have physical. We had kids last year, a month into season, they're like, I still can't get this. So
Well,
let's not
physicals are tough this time of year for sure.
lose.
But we do
athletes.
offer that. So we need to do a better job of making sure parents know that's available. And because the kids know,
This is a great thing for maybe our Facebook page, right? Maybe an announcement for Facebook. This could be a, hey,
Parent Square.
we're gonna do physicals
Yeah.
on these,
and I don't know if we did or not, if it went out on parents.
so we can do better with that. And I'd like to see it.
Good way to promote the doctor too.
Yeah, she's great. She's everybody's pediatrician here.
All right, Bear Cub, we're gonna address, get that figured out. Erin, thank you. You know, I've said this a few times. You know where we stand. I'm a big fan of yours. You excel at the people part of this work. You know, in police work, we always say that there's cops that are good at people and there's cops that are good at things. And I find that that's relevant almost to every profession now. Like, there's people that are really, and then you find the really unique people that are good at both. And you're that person. You're good at both, but the people side of it, you handle a lot of crisis, a lot of just craziness that I've seen people melt under, and you did melt. So thank you. Thank you for making us better. I still can't believe we're battling these geese, but we did win for 10 months. We had them on their heels. Any ideas for the geese problem, bring them to us, but I appreciate you fighting that war with us and making this place better. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right. I would like to
For the record.
go to the. There's these, did anybody hear about these cannons?
I had to.
So these cannons, this was brought to me by someone I was complaining about our geese problem. He said that there are these cannons that farmers use that hook up to propane tanks, and they're like twice a day, they go off. And supposedly they push the geese out. But I heard that about the flags, the decoys, the geese are sitting on the decoy. We're at that point. And then how cool would it be if we got like a little dog to go with somebody? That seems to be the most effective way, if you do a little research, is actually having a dog that patrols the area.
I say let's get a truck of lab.
So, there you go.
And then we can talk.
Let's get one of each.
So
Chocolate, a vanilla, and a black one.
I have a black chocolate.
I'm positive some staffers would want to bring the dog in. Positive. All right. Do we have, so I'd like to go to executive session to discuss a medical, financial credit, or employment history of a particular person. This is an action to a motion. Motion by Jerry.
Second.
Second by Travis. Please proceed to vote. We hand vote now, or we electronic? We're gonna let real vote.
Real vote it. Are we staying here?
We're gonna go upstairs.
You want to stay here?
We're gonna go upstairs.
All right, that is unanimous. We are going to go to exec session. We will adjourn from there. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, let's go. Let's go exec.
George, I forwarded you the email from February that had the insurance.